Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I finished my altered book Dioro. I just named it the same as the paper, just, because that's mostly what I used in here. It is an altered book, not a regular journal with sewn in signatures. It measures 6 3/8 this way by 9 5/8 this way. This is one of the tatting squares that I used in the last altered book I did that I put along here. It's just one, and I just did a little fabric cluster and a flower on top, and then there's a little bee charm on a bulb pin here, and this is one that Debbie gave me in my Happy Mail that she sent, and it's so cute. It just was perfect for this journal. So, and I tied it with some sari silk, and the sari silk is connected under these. I did put one of the tatting squares on the back as well, so it's not going to come off or out or any of that. It's connected. All right, and this book has 29 pages, so 58 sides to write on. I just inked it and sprayed and swished around ink, that kind of thing, just to age it a little bit. This I've shown before. It's just that little pocket that I did that was like those ones that Rachel was doing, and it has a couple little tags. There's a little something right there. So that's that on the front. I didn't do a pocket in the back because it, as you can see, became pretty full, and so I didn't want to put so much stuff that you couldn't even use it. Just another inked page, and then this is my Dioro DigiKit here, and that's what I've mostly used. I've used some Tim Holtz and some other random pieces of scrapbook paper. And this is a tuck right here, and then a journaling card, and it just tucks right in like that. It's just two pieces of paper, and I did add a little bit of the fabric scrap along there. And then here's a pocket that you can write, whose book it is, whatever, and I have shown this. So, and then just a writing spot. You can probably still do some journaling on here. You could even add, another card or whatever you might want to it to be able to write on it. This is a altered flash card. I don't know why I have a hard time remembering that. Altered flash card, and I did stitch some fabric along the side, and then this is just a piece of really nice coffee stained paper, and that I just tucked in there. And then it's all covered. There's just this strip up here isn't a tuck or anything. It's completely glued down, but it has the fabric stitched to it. It says, "If you have knowledge, let others light their candle at it," and that's Margaret Fuller quote. And then this is the little flip that we made together that comes out of that pocket, in case you haven't seen that. Oops. I'll just leave it there for now. And then, so the pocket is at the top. You can write here. Another writing space. This is Tim Holtz paper with just another one of the little like botanical images that I was using. Just a little cluster down here. And then here's an envelope that there's nothing in it, but you can put whatever you want in it. And then another altered flash card, and this one I did cover the back. You can still see the numbers kind of through there, but at least you can write on there. So that goes right in there. And then another little writing spot. And these two pages are great for writing, and this was one of the videos that we did together. Sorry, I don't have much room here with this tripod. So, tag. And then there is another little tag that pulls out of here. And that was the eco dyeing that my sister did for me. Put this right back in here. Hope you're all having a great day. It has cooled off considerably here. It was like 44 when I got up this morning, which is kind of crazy. Some more journaling spots. And here. And this is just a little cluster that Samantha sent to me, and I just stitched all over it to hold it. She had stapled it with one of those tiny attachers, and that works great. I just wanted to make sure that it stayed together and didn't have any flaps sticking out or anything. And then This is just a little like collage I did up here, but there's a little tuck spot in behind those birds, so I just stuck one of my labels in there and stitched a little piece of sari silk to it. And some more journaling spots here as well. And then this is a pocket where I folded both sides of the page, you know, the corners of the page down, and I made a large journaling tag to go in there. This is Gail's lace, Gail Agostinelli, and Rachel's doilies. So that just slips right in there, and you can journal on here. And Tim Holtz paper back here. And then more journaling space. And this is my old paper. This isn't in the Diorio kit, DigiKit. This is my old paper kit. And then there's a little, kind of like a coin pocket, but without the flap sort of idea. And there's a journaling tag in there. So that you have a little something. And some more journaling areas. This is just some paper that I had. This is Tim Holtz. I don't even remember where that paper's from, but Samantha gave me this little tag, and it goes perfectly because of the straw paper that's on it. And this is just a collage or a cluster up here, and I did sew some more fabric up there. There's no tucks or anything there, but there is the pocket here that you can put stuff in, and then this little tiny paper clip is from Samantha as well. And then here's this we made on film, or in a video, and just the pocket that it goes in. I did reinforce this with some washi at the top and bottom, I just want to make sure that it stays there because that's kind of a thick envelope. And then just a collage of journaling spots. And there is a tag at the top of this one that comes out, or a large journaling page. And it just slips right in. And these are pretty close to the same size as the pages. They just had to be cut a little bit down so that they slide into the pocket itself. And then there's some coffee dyed paper, and this is the one that we did together. Like Rachel had been doing those double pockets like this with the slant here. So those just fit right in there. And I put the fabric at the top of these tags so it hangs out the sides too. And there's some more journaling space. This is a collage. There's no tucks or anything. It's just a collage. And then here's another large journaling tag or card. I guess it's not technically a tag, but it has the fabric along the edge. And I did decoupage. This is a napkin that I decoupaged on there. String. And just more of the Diorio paper, and this was an old image I got. It was an 1866 like agriculture type magazine about trees and orchards and all that kind of thing. So I really liked that image, and I just put a piece of the Diorio paper up here. And that's another piece of that same magazine. I just took the top off. And lots of journaling space. I left lots of journaling space. And then these are some sunflowers that I cut out of a book that I got. I got that off of Amazon. It's one of those botanical books that has all different floral images in it. So I just cut that out. Tim Holtz paper, I just glued on a library card so you could do a little journaling, because this is pretty dark. It would be hard to journal on that. This is a paper clip that my friend Allie sent me. Thank you, Allie. See, without all my friends, I wouldn't have so many cute little things to put in here. And then this is my old paper kit, and that's Dioro, and I just turned it into a tuck up here at the top. I did do some stitching around it. This is the one out of the kit, and so there is already stitching on it, but it's not textural. You can't feel it. So I did do some stitching around the edge, and I also added some fabric at the top of that too that hangs out the top. This is another one of the images. It was actually the same page as this sunflower, and that's the big colorful sunflower, and I just stuck that up there because I liked it. Just kind of goes with the colors and things. And then this is just like a whole collage on here, and I stitched around this card, and glued it on to make a pocket, and then I just have a little journaling tag to go in there. And then this is just to journal on, and there is a tag in this one as well. Or I keep calling them tags, but they're more cards, journaling cards. Just put a frame on there. This is my old paper with the mushroom, the Dioro. This is actually a Graphic 45. I think it's supposed to be snowflakes on there, and I didn't realize until after I had gotten stuff done that I think they look like snowflakes, but I just liked the color of it, and the little design was just kind of neat, so that was a little journaling spot there. And just journaling and a little collage. It's not a tuck or anything, just a collage. And then bird and some journaling, and a pocket over here with fabric sewn on it, and this is just a piece of coffee dyed paper that I've tucked in here. And the old paper kit again, and then I just inked all this up. It is signed, and so that will be going in my Etsy shop. I haven't listed it yet, but sometime today it will definitely be going in there. So I'm going to move this off to the side, and then I have another little project that I've been working on. Move this fabric. So this is something that I like to do if I get a wedding invitation from someone, because it's just kind of a fun keepsake, and I even did it to my own wedding invitation. So it's just kind of a fun thing to do, and it's not all put together yet, but this pink is over this because I don't want all their information out there, because they don't even know they're getting this, so I definitely am not going to, put their information out there. But I make like a frame and put, all their stuff in it, so that it's a keepsake, that they have their wedding invitation and it's all nice. So it will go in this shadow box frame. That's the word I was trying to think of, but it wasn't coming to me. So I'll put it inside of there so that you can have some dimensions and things. It's nice to do some different levels with that, and so I kind of had it set up as you could see, so I'm going to kind of just put it all together the way it was. But this is just a really fun thing to do, I think. Like I said, I did it with my own wedding invitation, so I think that it's just nice to have things like that, because I just want to make sure that this is the right same size. Okay. It's a keepsake that you can have forever that way, and you've always got your wedding invitation, because your tastes change and everything, and it's kind of fun to look back on those and see what's different or how it's changed. So anyway, I just thought this might be a fun thing to show you guys, because I know obviously this time of the year weddings are very common, so I thought it would be a little bit fun to do one of these. So I've just taken some white design paper, and then I chose this color green because they do have all these leaves and things on their wedding invitation, and so I thought that would be a good color to put with this. And I'm just going to sort of figure out how I want this. I know that some things I want popped up, some things I don't, and this is going to be the tricky part, because these don't fit perfectly. So I'm just kind of getting an idea here. This piece I'm going to glue down entirely, and I think that's about where it's going to have to go. So I am going to use glue stick for this, because it is very see-through fabric and can be very tricky to tack down, obviously. And I will be adding a little bit of regular glue to the other pieces that I'm putting on here, which will help hold this down, because it'll just go right through it. And I just wanted to make sure I didn't move it down or anything. Keep it in the same spot, so that's why I'm just doing half. And lift this side up. Yeah, I can't believe how much it's cooled off here. It's crazy. But it's just going to go right back to being hot this weekend, so it's just kind of one of those little storms that moves through. This is just like, I don't even remember where I got this fabric, but I've been using it a lot because it's just kind of neat. I don't know. And I just stitched around it. Part of it was stitched already, but I might have to put something like sticky dots or something on those corners because they're not wanting to stay down. Just put some little ones of these. So this is kind of a good gift if, you know, it's your, you know, third cousin once removed, or you know, some of those weddings that you get invited to, and they often have registry and stuff now, so it's not like it's that hard to figure out what to get someone, but I sometimes feel like I don't know what these people might want or need. So, did it? I guess it did come off. This is kind of a neat thing to do because it's just a keepsake. And for this particular wedding, I know them very well, and this is going to be kind of like a second gift. Sorry if I keep getting my hat in the... Just getting ready to go out and do some yard work, so threw a hat on, but I wanted to show you guys the journal, and I need to get it listed. And then I wanted to do this too, so... Okay, so there's that, and then I have these. This is something that I have. These are 100-year-old Valentine pieces. They were in my grandmother, actually my great-grandmother's store, and I've showed them before on in videos, but I'm going to use one of those because the Valentine that this particular one was on, the card that it was on, was kind of destroyed. Like, it was that crepe paper all folded, and it just was so faded and so old that I knew that it, you know, it wasn't worth trying to save that part, so I just took the Keep It Off and the Dove off of those, and that's what I'm using. So. And I'm just using dimensionals for this because it's not heavy or anything like that. So, and I don't want it to be popped up quite as far as some of the other pieces. It needs to be just a little bit lower, and this dimensional is a little bit thinner than the poster board that I got to put under the other pieces. Sorry, my train of thought is just not working today. So the glue will go through and help, you know, adhere all that down better. But I knew if I put wet glue on that, you'd see see it. And then I also have a flower, but I think I want to put this down first. And this I just wrote photo on because, you know, they can put a picture of their wedding day on here. And I am popping this up on a piece of foam core board first. So I just have to figure out exactly how or where I want it. And I don't measure. I probably should do all that. I'm just horrible at that. So I'm just going to kind of tip this up where it's at. Put some glue on the back. You could put it right on the paper too. And then just tip it right back down. Just don't want to lose my spacing entirely. I mean, none of this stuff weighs a lot, so I don't really worry that much about it really coming off. Just want to make sure that's fairly straight. And I'll go ahead and put this on. Oh, I wrote photo on both sides. I think this was the one I wanted because it's a little bit larger. Yeah, I have kids coming over to my house today to hang out with my son, and I just was like, I better get this video done before it gets later and they're all here being loud, because that's what yesterday, I was going to do the video yesterday, but it was kind of crazy around here. I am going to use my finger to smooth this because I don't want to see those lines. And I'm sure there are better ways like paintbrushes and things like that, but this will work. This is what I like about tacky glue, because I can just rub my fingers and that will come off. And a lot of other glues are not so good with that. So see, this is going to pop up more than the other one. Right. And I'm going to pop up the large piece as well that's going to have their invitation on it. But first, I think I need to put this on. And this is a piece of lace that was wrapped around their wedding invitation. So I'm going to go ahead and use that too. Those are all things that, you know, give you memories. So let's see. And I don't know where I got this green paper because I've had it for ages. It's from when I was doing scrapbooking. So I apologize for that. And for this, I probably should use some like tape or something. This tape gets all kinds of strings stuck on it. Are you picking on my cat, Darren?
Yes.
You should stop.
No.
Every time my son touches Pasha, he meow. They have a love-hate relationship. Theron loves him, and Pasha does not so much love Theron. Pasha is really my cat. He and I keep telling everybody it's because I feed him, because that's pretty much, I think, what his deal is. If you don't feed me, I really don't need to have anything to do with you. Which is pretty true for a lot of cats. Okay, so I want to make sure I get this pretty snug, because otherwise you're going to have like a flop over there. I don't need all of that, so I am going to trim this because I will use it for other stuff. Okay, so that's that. So make sure it's pretty straight. And then my foam board. I think I'm going to let's see. I'm going to put it on here first because this piece of foam board is smaller than this piece was. I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. I didn't put as much. And getting it centered is going to be the interesting part. So I'm kind of using my back fingers to sort of figure out where it's at. I mean, you're not going to see it, so it's not a huge thing, but obviously you don't want it to be oddly shaped different. And that will go up here. Take off my sweatshirt. It was cool up here when I first came up, but now it's not as cool. Then I got to figure out how I want this flower. It may not really fit great, but let's see. I'm putting it up on foam core as well. Yeah, I think it will work, but I'm not going to put it on right now. I'm going to do this first. Sorry, I'm getting my head in there. Trying to get fairly even spacing and not too crooked. And pull it down for just a second. Okay. And I will hook this on. And I'm going to use some of this. Turn it over the side there. And I will put some glue on this as well. But I'm going to put it on those glue, or on those tape strips. Just don't want any wrinkling of this. Like these, this is going to have a photo over the top. This is covered, so I just don't want to have that wrinkled look. Sorry, and I got all this. This is why I don't like this stuff. It sticks to my fingers. I know, there's all kinds of fancy tools, but I'm just not a tool user, so for the most part, just like using my hands. But yeah, I just thought this would be a fun thing to come on and show you guys, just because, like I said, I very often do these for weddings. So I think it's a great gift and people seem to really like them. So it's just something different. And this may be something that you already do or something like it. So I'm going to put glue right on these strips just to make sure they stick well and I don't get a lot of curling because it's not going to sink into the card. Oops. I know that looks real fabulous on there, but I don't have permission to like show their stuff, so I'm not going to do that. That would be bad. And I'm sure it would look much more lovely to view it without that, but okay. So there's that, and then I'm gonna put this little piece that was around, it was actually a wraparound that went around their invitation. I'm gonna put that right there. Is this crooked? Oh, it's stuck. It's not bad. And that one I think I'm just gonna do, maybe I'll do some of the smaller pop-ups. I was gonna leave it flat, but I think I'll pop it up a tad. It's just fun to get some different levels. I've done them with like my own wedding invitation. I dried flowers from my wedding and put them in there as well, so you can do things like that, like dried flowers, or I've used silk flowers in them before. I've used like dimensional stickers. I've used all different things. I always try to get a color that they're using, either by looking at their invitation or like asking what their bridesmaids dresses look like or whatever, but sometimes that doesn't always, you know, you can't always ask that, but just stuff like that. Try to ask what their flowers are and maybe put a flower that they're using, like a rose or whatever. She likes peonies, so that's why I chose that peony. That's there. And then I did ink very slightly around this because it was one of those pop-out type things and it was very white. So I did do that. I'm going to put this right on this foam core. But yeah, it's just a fun, I think it's fun. And they're nice to have, because mine, when I look back on it now, because it's been like, 24 years, it's just funny to see it, because my tastes have changed quite a bit, but, it's a nice thing to have. I mean, it's still very vintage, so that hasn't changed about me, I guess. Putting quite a bit of glue on there, just to make sure this, because it's going to stick on this fabric, and I don't want it to pop off. So I'm kind of placing it over the corner, and there's no glue on this, so she can slide the photo under there, and it's not going to be a problem. It's wanting to sit kind of funny because of the way that fabric was, so I'm going to hold it for just a minute. And then this is the dove that came with that. And it's understandable, not everybody has these things, so that's why I'm saying, giving you other ideas of things that you could use instead. This one I am going to pop up a little higher. Like that. This is not sitting up as high, so I'm trying to figure out, I guess that'll work still. And I won't put any glue on these either so that the photo can slip under there. I'm just going to put the glue here. I have to figure out exactly how I want it here. Like that kind of thing, I think. Did that? Hold on just a second. That glue's on this right there. Oh, crying out loud, I need a... Sorry if my head's in there. Okay. Alright, so there's that. So let's see, you can kind of see what we're going for here. And then I'm going to take the frame, hopefully. I haven't messed with, this is a different kind of a frame than what I usually get, but I couldn't find the kind that I usually get, of course. And it has all these spacers in there, and I know it's so you can put different levels of things in. And a good idea would be to clean the glass first. Or get a towel. I forgot to do that. It's just dust, it gets kind of dusty sitting in the store or wherever. Just wiping that off. I'm still stomping on there. I'll probably end up taking it back out and cleaning all that, but let's just see what it's going to look like here. Actually, what I think I'll do is flip this over so you can see kind of the idea, because I'm going to have to fiddle with it a little bit. And that is covered a little, so I'm going to have to play with the spacing of it, but you get the idea. It's going to go in the shadow box, so all the layers are safe in there, but that's the idea. So just a little idea for you guys for June and July and August, whatever, weddings or whenever. So I hope you have an awesome day. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and we'll chat later. Bye-bye.